In the Matrix, there was that scene where there was this acceptance that you are a slave. You have to accept your situation, because if you don't, you never do anything about it. So we face the situation, and then we bloody do something about it. You are a slave, Neo. I choose freedom. And then you have the transformation, which obviously can be challenging sometimes. It was for me. I had mine in the public eye. But the benefits of awakening to the greater self are just fantastic. Know thyself. Don't look in the mirror and say, that's me. That's an expression of your experience. Stop looking in a microscope and seeing me. Because you are all that is, has been, and ever can be, having an experience. You're not your mirror. You're not your body. And redefining self is greatly part of the awakening. Instead of saying, I am this person and that's me, it is, I am infinite awareness having an experience of that person. Redefining self. No more little me. No more I can't. No more I could never. No more the best things happen to other people. We create our reality by our sense of reality. Change that, we change how it manifests. Taking responsibility. You know, people don't want to take responsibility, they want to hand it out. It's all your fault. And it's all right, we need to know about this manipulation, we need to know about this conspiracy, so we can understand where we are and do something about it. But let's not forget this. 7 billion people can only be enslaved by a tiny few because they have accepted and acquiesced to that control. So we are responsible. That's great news, because if we are responsible, we can take that responsibility and bring an end to it. There's no such thing as good luck or bad luck. It's just what you create. When people say, why me? Why is this happening to me? It's a good question. Because this electromagnetic field is going out all the time, and it's impregnated with our state of being, our beliefs, our sense of perception, and all these things. And it's locking into other magnetic fields that sync with what we're putting out, and we pull in expressions of this. And often, you know, we pull in, over a period of time, the same kind of people. Oh, not someone else like that. Well, what's the common theme? It's not all those people, it's you, mate. Why is it happening? And if we take responsibility and say, what is it about me that's pulling in these things? And that perception of what it is will change it immediately, that acknowledgement of what it is. Suddenly those people don't come into your life anymore, those pains in the arse and people that are giving you a bad time. Other people come in, because suddenly what you're putting out changes what you're syncing with and drawing in. People, places, ways of life, opportunities or lack of them change also. Because this reality, this holographic reality of the conscious mind, is like a movie screen. When it hits here, it's a done deal. We need to go where it's coming from. If you want to change the movie, it's no good standing on the screen complaining and telling the bloody movie to change. It ain't got to change. You've got to find where it's being projected from and change that. And this is the movie, but this is where it's being projected from. And if we change that, we change the movie. And the conspirators know that. That's why they manipulate us to have certain realities, because they know we'll manifest them. How do we know what is projecting from within to the conscious mind? The language of life. What is the language of life? This holographic world, our lives, everything in it, is an expression of waveform, information, and states of being. Therefore, what's happening here is an expression of what's happening here. If you want to know what's happening here and what needs to change and be addressed, then just look at what's happening here. What are the constantly recurring themes in your life that you don't like? Well, that is telling you that there's something going here that's manifesting them. Change that, they go away. We are in control when we know how the system works. And a lot of these challenges we get, and we feel bad about ourselves and stuff like that, they're actually in the blueprint, because they're trying to teach us something. Someone said, out of suffering have emerged the strongest of souls. Most massive characters are seared with scars. There's nothing like experience of this world to understand this world, I tell you. Why me? Well, that's ask yourself. It's your choice. As the oracle said in the Matrix, when Neo said about choice, she said, you've already made the choice. Now you have to understand it. You didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it. But the choice to be in this reality in this cycle was made by consciousness beyond time and space. That which is within time and space is trying to understand it. That's why it finds it so difficult. Why us? Why are we in human form and in this part of the cycle with it all going on? Same thing. You've already made the choice. You've got to understand why you made the choice. But that made the choice. This is trying to understand the choice. And the more this opens to that, the more you understand why you made the choice. And I would suggest that vast numbers of us made the choice because we're here to break the spell. We're here to break the spell. We're here to ensure that this does not happen. And to do that, we need to get these mind parasites out of the way. Get them out of our awareness. How do we do that? Well, let's look at what the mind parasites want us to do and the states of mind and emotion they want us to go in, and we go into the other states of being rather than those they want us to go into. By doing that, we are disconnecting from the mind parasites because we are expressing what they don't want to express. Thus, we are not in the frequency range that they want to pull us into. And we come back to this, the Native American story of the wolves. What they want is to pull us into states of anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, and all this stuff. And they don't want us to come into peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, and all this stuff, empathy. Thus, if we make sure and take control to come into those states, then we are disconnecting from the mind parasites, and they lose their power over our perceptions and our responses. And in short, we do what we know to be right in the moment and fair in the moment, and not always do things on the basis of what we think is right for us. Martin Luther King. Cowardice asked the question, is it safe? Expediency asked the question, is it politic? Vanity asked the question, is it popular? But conscience asked the question, is it right? And there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politic nor popular, but one must take it because it is right. And that is where we are. And as I've been talking about the best part of 20 odd years now, my first book on these subjects was called Truth Vibrations, and it was after the fact that I understood at that time that there was a vibrational change coming. In other words, an informational change coming that was going to wake people up from the slumber, individually and collectively. There was no sign of it at the time. My goodness me, look at it now. There's a shift, and it's waking people up. Truth vibrations. This whole stuff about 2012 and the mind thing, I never bought that, because what I've been saying for years is the greatest thing about 2012 is it's not 2011, but it's not 2013 either. This truth vibration, information, vibrational change is getting more and more powerful, and thus every year will be having a greater effect on more and more people as they wake up to remember who they are beyond time and space. The energetic environment is changing, and we have the choice. One of the things, by the way, that I was told about these truth vibrations is they were going to bring to the surface all that was hidden so we could see what we couldn't see before. My goodness me, what do we know now? We didn't know 20 odd years ago. What we didn't know 5 years ago, 2 years ago. Behind the wizard curtain. It's happening. It's happening. And they knew this timeline was coming, and that's why this change was coming. That's why it's now, no coincidence, that the great police state is being thrown at us. It's to hold on to the power they have. They have to up the ante, because the awakened people are a much bigger challenge than the asleep people they could manipulate, with a cup of tea earlier. But despite what is happening, despite the police state and all the rest of it, often because of it, because people see that the world ain't what they thought it was, people are waking up and remembering who they are, looking over the wall. I love that line, the beginning is near, the beginning is here.
Responsibility. I take responsibility for everything that's here, realizing only then can I change it, because I'm then changing me. And that's in the inner and the outer. You cannot just change yourself in the inner and expect the outer will change automatically. It has to be with your actual participation in everything that is in this reality. Have fun. It is quite a journey.
also oneself. Always contains courage and inner wealth. Go in the mirror, count the times you cry. Look into the friend's eyes and say goodbye. Everything that comes together, keep it inside. Every hurdle that you jump, make it alive. Every time you turn to stone in life, let that granite set your heart in time. Life lost, take it back. Do things out of dedication and only that. From the ground up you create dedication that creates a foundation of a better sensation. And life is a beautiful journey, that all the pain in your heart was well worth earning. And can't be taken back, but neither can your life, and you're fine with that. Love's a beautiful journey. Emptiness coats your heart like 24 karat gold from the start. And nothing you can do could ever change it. Only thing in life you can try to rearrange it. Why spend your life avoiding mistakes when it's my mistakes I would never trade away? Simplistic capabilities turn into things that make me just like walking artillery. This recollection is nothing but a collection, something that over time's an infection and will become something in the hearts of man, those who experience pain. And life is a beautiful journey, that all the pain in your heart was well worth earning. And can't be taken back, but neither can your life, and you're fine with that. Love's a